Hello and welcome back to ECS Coffee. My name is Rebecca and this is the showdown between two Breville Oracles, the Breville Oracle Dual Boiler and the Breville Oracle Jet. Right, so obviously these machines are quite similar. They're even named similarly. The Breville Oracle Dual Boiler was just released from Breville. So this is a beautiful upgrade to the original Breville Oracle Touch, which also did have a dual boiler system in it. The Breville Oracle Jet came out in 2024 and it has a thermoblock heating system. It does have multiple thermoblocks throughout the machine, but it has a thermoblock system. We're going to break down why these machines are similar, why they're different, and why one might be better for you at home than the other. Let's start with size, first of all. The Breville Oracle Dual Boiler is going to be much larger in size, and we're going to have the dimensions right here for you. It's going to have a 340 gram bean hopper, approximately a 2-liter water reservoir that can both be filled from the front or from the back. It's going to have a 58 millimeter portafilter, and it's also going to be on wheels. So since it is large and it's also heavy, it's on wheels so that you can easily move it around your countertop. So it has a little lock and unlock on the bottom. If I turn the handle towards the left, it's going to unlock and I can wheel this around for easy filling, especially in the bean hopper. It's also going to have auto grinding and tamping, a color display touchscreen that has a beautiful response time as well, and a little heating tray up top. And then we also have our steaming wand. So on the Oracle Dual Boiler, you're able to use it in both manual or automatic mode. With the steaming wand down, it's in automatic. With the steaming wand in the upright position, it is in manual mode. And it is an insulated steaming wand, like a cool to the touch wand, meaning it won't burn the milk onto your steam wand, which is a beautiful feature to have. Now we're going to get into more of the technical reasons why this machine is almost $1,400 more in a second. But let's look at the Breville Oracle Jet. A little bit smaller in size and capacity, but still packs a lot of the automation that the Oracle Dual Boiler will offer. So it's going to be smaller in size. We'll put the dimensions just up here for you. It's going to have a 340 gram bean hopper as well, which was an upgrade that they started doing to their machines when they introduced the Breville Barista Touch and Press. That was the first one that had a 340 gram bean hopper. The reason that that is kind of helpful and beneficial is a lot of micro roasters, such as ourselves, like this bag here, come in 340 gram capacities or 12 ounce sizes. And a lot of micro roasters will do that size or smaller. So you're able to kind of throw the whole bag into the bean hopper, which is nice and helpful and can kind of keep the counter a little more clear. So just a little bit of info there. So we've got the bean hopper. We have a 2-liter approximately water tank as well. Again, accessible from both the front and removable from the back. On this one, you just flip it up. On the Oracle Dual Boiler, it's going to be a click and release. So that's more similar on the Dual Boiler to the other Oracle series, so regular Oracle and Oracle Touch. We will have a 58 millimeter portafilter as well with automatic grinding and tamping. Same type of system in there as well. Color display touchscreen. This one also has a wonderful response time. The screens are very similar. They both have dark mode as well, which I personally really like. And we're also going to have that lock and unlock function for the wheels on the Oracle Jet. It is smaller than the Dual Boiler, but it is still a larger machine than some other home semi-automatics, especially within the Breville lineup. So again, we have the little, where is it? There it is. We can lock and unlock it. So if I turn it to the left, and then I can wheel it back and forth. These wheels sound like they might need a little CLR. There we go. Heating tray up top as well, and then we also have the automatic or manual steaming wand. You'll notice that the steaming wands do look a little bit different. Both of their steaming wands have the temperature probe on the steaming wand on the bottom as opposed to being on the drip tray, which does result in better temperature reading because you're not reading temperature through the milk pitcher, you're reading the temperature of the milk in the pitcher while it's steaming. Both of the machines as well will have some type of barista guidance or auto adjusting for dialing in the espresso. So both of these machines have the ability to help you get better espresso. On the Breville Oracle Jet, we're going to have barista guidance. So it's going to make a recommendation or tell you a number to go to for your grind size, and then it will also auto increase or decrease the amount of coffee that it is grinding. On the dual boiler, we're going to have auto dial in. So we don't have a knob on our machine for our grind size. So you can see there's no dial on the left-hand side. On the Oracle Jet, we do have a dial on the left-hand side for grind size. So on the Oracle Dual Boiler, all of grind size adjustment will either be done automatically using the auto dial-in process, or if you are using the machine in its alternative mode, which is manual mode, we'll talk more about that, you will have to make the adjustment on the screen. And so it's like a technical, as opposed to it's on the screen, not a dial, not a knob. It's very different. I'm not entirely used to that yet. I like the physical changing the grind size like that, but that's how it will work in here. Both of the machines will also have barista burrs in their grinder. So there's going to be stainless steel burrs. They are conical burrs, and they're nice and sharp. They make really precise and fluffy grinds, I find, and they have around the same number of grind sizes as well. So we're getting up into I think that the dual boiler has 40 and the Oracle Jet has 32. So you might be sitting at home and asking yourself, well, why in the world, Rebecca, would I spend $4,400 on this Oracle when I can spend $3,000 on this Oracle and get almost the same machine? It comes down to the heating system, and then there's a few other modes in the Oracle Dual Boiler that the Jet does not have. So a dual boiler system is you have essentially two kettles. One kettle is heating up inside the machine for your steam, temperature, and pressure. So higher in temperature, higher in pressure. And then you have your second kettle, and it's heated up for coffee. So a little bit lower in temperature, around 93 to 94. The steam kettle will be heated up to around 130. So much, much higher in temperature, much higher in pressure. Having the dual boiler heating system means that you can brew and steam simultaneously. It's also a more reliable and a more robust heating system. So you should, in theory, be able to have a dual boiler system for longer. You have these large vessels that are heating up and boiling the water, whereas on the Oracle Jet, like a lot of home espresso machines, it has a thermoblock system. Now, the benefits to a thermoblock system is that it's fast, it's instantaneous heat. On the Oracle Dual Boiler, it is faster than most dual boiler systems to heat up. So in comparison, a lot of dual boiler systems have about a 20 to 25 minute heat up time. And that's just to get the machine to temperature. You then also want to wait an additional 5 to 10 minutes so that the whole unit comes up to temperature, and that you don't have pieces of metal that are a little bit cooler, which can affect how the espresso brews. The Breville Oracle Dual Boiler, it does heat up in 5 minutes, and it has an auto on feature so that you can set the machine to come on and be ready for you when you wake up in the morning. So you're not waiting those 5 minutes. If you're kind of like me and you need your coffee right away, it does have auto on. It does take 5 minutes to heat up. Faster than other dual boilers, but not as fast as a thermoblock. The Oracle Jet is ready as soon as you turn the power on. It has a thermoblock as well, just above the group head, so that the group head stays hot too. If you keep your portafilter in there, you're not going to have any problems with like cool metal in the portafilter or in the group head. So a thermoblock system it heats the water instantaneously for whatever function it is using. So if you're brewing espresso, it's going to heat the water instantaneously to that 92 to 96 degree mark, depending on where you have it programmed to. Same for steaming. Once you enter steaming mode, it's going to heat the water instantaneously and build the pressure for your milk steaming. That does mean, however, that you cannot brew and steam simultaneously. A thermoblock system is also made up of tiny tubes that the water moves through. It's like a coil. And that can cause clogging a lot faster. So regular maintenance and cleaning on a thermoblock system is I don't want to say more important, but if you don't do regular cleaning like descaling and you're not using good water in a thermoblock system, you run the risk of damaging the thermoblock or your pump, because they kind of work in tandem faster than on a dual boiler. You have more space, more room in a dual boiler. A thermoblock, water is moving through little tubes more frequently. So you're paying for the heating system, first and foremost. A dual boiler system is a lot more expensive to manufacture, it just is. You're also paying for the convenience of brewing and steaming simultaneously, as well as having a more reliable and trustworthy heating system. Next is some of the modes that the machines have. The Oracle Dual Boiler is going to have manual mode as well as automatic mode. So right now we are in automatic mode. It's what we will be featuring mostly in this comparison as well. We will talk a little bit about what the manual mode does for the Oracle Dual Boiler, but it's pretty much what it sounds like. You have one mode that's automated and you have one mode that's manual. So with a little flip up in the screen, we enter into manual mode. And so this means that the machine will auto tamp for me, but it's not going to auto dial in. I'm going to have a nice pressure gauge on the front to monitor my espresso extraction. And I can manually steam my milk as well. So it's a nice kind of combo for people that want to maybe sometimes have control over their espresso and sometimes want to be a little more lazy and kind of hands-free. It's also great for people that have multiple users in the household, someone that wants to be involved in espresso and someone that doesn't care so much to be. So I'm just going to flip it back to my automatic mode. There we go. So that you're also paying for that. The ability to flip back and forth. You have two machines in one. One machine that's almost a fully automatic espresso machine, but it has a dual boiler, which is amazing. And one that's a manual espresso machine or a more true semi-automatic espresso machine, where you control everything from how long the espresso pours. You can do a proper 1:2 ratio shot, controlling both your pre-infusion and then the bloom and then the actual extraction of the espresso. You can watch the pressure rise with the gauge. It's really, really nice to be hands-on sometimes. And so for users at home that are either like have that mixed household, or they're a mixed user themselves, or they just kind of want the option of both, this is a really great machine for it. It just does come at a much higher price tag. Dual boiler machines will always be sitting around the $4,000 mark. This one is slightly higher. You have a lot of automatic features and a lot of assistance. So this one has the auto dial in, which basically means that if your espresso doesn't pour properly, it's going to just change the grind size and change how much coffee it's grinding automatically. It's not going to tell you that it's doing that. You'll see the numbers on the screen, but it's not going to say, hey, I poured too fast or I poured too slow. Whereas on the Oracle Jet, you have the barista guidance. So the barista guidance, I mentioned it briefly, and you've probably seen it in some other videos if you've watched other videos about these types of Brevilles, but it will recommend a grind size for you to go to. On the Oracle Jet specifically, it will give you a specific number that it thinks you should go to, and then it will auto adjust how much coffee it is grinding. It'll still auto tamp and all of that good stuff, but you do have to kind of know like a little bit more about dialing in. You also learn more about dialing in on the Jet. You know, it's kind of teaching you. Your brain is actively working when you're like, oh, it's telling me it poured too fast, so I need to go finer. I need to go to grind size number 28 now, or whatever grind size that is. You're a little slightly more hands-on with the Oracle Jet. So that's why what you're paying for with the dual boiler is the manual mode, the ability to flip back and forth, and the robust heating system. Our dual boiler system is like what you would use in a cafe. It is what you would use in the Italian-made espresso machines as well that you see online, and they're oh so beautiful. This is same. On the Oracle Jet, we don't have manual mode. You can kind of MacGyver it to be a more manual machine if you wanted to, but it's not an easy switch back and forth like on the dual boiler, okay? So we are going to make some coffee on both of these machines. Like I mentioned, we're not really going to be using the manual mode on the Oracle Dual Boiler. We're going to be focusing on its automatic functions so that we can do a great comparison between the two machines, the Oracle Jet and the Oracle Dual Boiler. If you do want to see how the manual mode works on the Oracle Dual Boiler, we do have a full review of the machine up, and you can just watch that up here. Ollie will take you through how to use the manual mode more in depth than kind of what we showed you today. We're going to brew an espresso, and then we're going to make a cappuccino as well, or latte, to showcase the steaming wands and how they function. Both of these machines, you can customize your beverages, so you have full control over all of the beverage parameters, and then you can even program and save your own beverages on top of ones that are already pre-programmed. We do have some of those pre-programmed on, I believe it's the Oracle Jet, so we can just show you that on the screen. You can customize the icon, name, etc. And both of them can also steam alternative milks really, really well, which actually maybe we will showcase that today too. We have some alternative milk here. It's the barista blend oat milk, so it'll foam up really nicely. We'll show you a little bit how the oat milk will foam, so that if you're using that at home, you can also see that. Steaming alternative milk on a wand, even if it's more automatic, will always be better than through an automatic system. So if you're looking at automatic espresso machines, but you're an alternative milk drinker and you've read and seen some things that's like, it's not so great, the Jet or Dual Boiler may be something to look at because they utilize the wands. So we're gonna get brewing. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the screen on both of the machines, and then we're going to brew a cappuccino on both machines, actually a latte or flat white on both machines, using oat milk as well. So we're using actually the barista oat milk from Earth's Own. We now carry this at ECS, so if you're local to us, you can pick this up, which is great. Okay, so on the Oracle Jet, we are in dark mode, so this back of the screen will be nice and dark. Now, starting at espresso, we have all of our pre-programmed beverages over here. So just scrolling through like you would on your phone, all the way over. They both have over ice options, and they both have some recipe cards as well. So we can't make espresso martini in the machine, but it will give us a nice little recipe card. Forwards from the espresso, we're going to have all of the pre-programmed drinks. So we have some here. So we've got John, Ayushi, those are two of our staff members here. And so they would have customized their own beverages and espressos here. So you can customize a beverage from one that's already pre-made, or you can start from scratch. And then it'll be same on the Oracle Dual Boiler. So on the Oracle Dual Boiler, we're going to scroll through the same way. We do have a few more pre-programmed recipes as well. I'll also note that the Oracle Dual Boiler, it does connect to the Wi-Fi just like the Oracle Jet does, and so it will ask you to do some updates every now and then. Ours is actually asking us to update the software now. So in some previous models that have this integrated barista guidance or dialing in system, there isn't updates available because there's no connectivity. And so sometimes the software can become out of date. But this now does connect to Wi-Fi, so when there's software updates, bug fixes, it'll be updated just like your phone would, which is really nice and easy. So we are going to make I'm gonna stick with a flat white on each machine because of how much milk I have in my pitchers. So noting that the Dual Boiler, it will brew and steam our beverage at the exact same time. On the Jet, I will have to set it up in a sequence. So let's get brewing. So what we're going to do is select the beverage we want to make, which is a flat white. I'm going to take my portafilter and put it up into the grinding chamber. I can then choose to either knock the portafilter handle towards the right or click the illuminated portafilter icon on the screen. Now it's going to start to grind, and then it's going to tamp. And there's the tamping. Beautiful. So these machines are dialed in, and we're using Colombian espresso today. So we've got our nice little, our portafilter, our ground espresso here. I'm just going to kind of like get rid of some of the grinds that are on the top. And I'm going to throw this up into my group head here. And I'm going to use this cup. This is gonna have a little bit more milk in it than a traditional flat white, but that's okay. I'm going to click my espresso to start brewing. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to adjust my milk. So by clicking the little icons underneath the picture here, I can adjust what kind of milk I'm using, which is oat. I can adjust my temperature and I can adjust my microfoam. Everything aside from the what kind of milk I'm using the settings are where I would like to keep it, so I'm going to keep it there. This espresso looks like it's pouring beautifully. It started coming out at around the time that I would expect it to be, which was around the 9-ish second mark. And we poured our double shot for 27 seconds, which is a wonderful extraction. And now our milk is going to start to heat and steam. You can see the espresso here. The crema looks beautiful. There we go. And as the temperature starts to rise with the Oracle Jet, I'm just going to get myself prepped and ready to start brewing on the dual boiler as well. One thing I'm going to note about the Oracle Dual Boiler is the portafilter. So both of them are 58, and this is actually something that I don't love about the Oracle Dual Boiler, but the basket inside, it has this like weird ceramic coating on it. I find that it stains easier, and it's a little bit like coffee has natural oils and sugars, and I find that it gets stuck to the bottom of this portafilter basket a lot easier than on a regular stainless steel basket. So not a huge fan of that part of the portafilter, but I of course do love and appreciate the size. Okay. Our milk is now done on the Oracle Jet. I'm just gonna wipe that down as well. Ooh. And it's going to auto purge when I stick the steam wand down. It's going to spit some water out into the drip tray. So we've got our milk here. Now it is oat milk, mind you. So it's going to be a little bit foamier than if we steamed it with regular cow's milk, or even if we steamed it in the manual mode. Ooh. Yeah. So for latte art with this type of oat milk, I probably could have increased the foam amount to get a better amount of foam and consistency to do any latte art, but here we've got our latte, I think, more like a latte. Temperature is closer to a flat white though, which personally I prefer. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little taste though before I set it down. I mean, it's fantastic. It's delicious. Very yummy. Okay, now we're going to brew on the Oracle Dual Boiler, and we are going to brew and steam simultaneously. So we're pretty hands-free once we get that espresso brewing. So on the Oracle Dual Boiler, I'm going to go to my flat white. I'm going to click onto my portafilter. You'll notice we're on different grind sizes. We're using the same coffee, Colombian espresso, but different grind sizes. I'm going to click onto this. I've got my milk set up already, which is great. And actually, while we're grinding here, I'm going to adjust what kind of milk I'm using. I'm going to use oat. The temp, I'm going to put it down to 60. There we go. So we got our tamped espresso. This actually is a little bit of a nicer tamping as well. I've seen the Oracle Jet tamp as consistently as this as well. Just like yourself at home, it can sometimes be a little bit off, but our espresso still poured beautifully and it still tasted gorgeous or delicious. All right, mug underneath, and now I'm going to click and click. And we're doing it at the same time. I'm unsure how fast the steam wand is going to steam, And so it might end up that our espresso finish is pouring before our milk is done, or that the milk is finished before the espresso is done, but they kind of seem like they're going to finish around the same timing-ish. Yeah, not so much actually, never mind. Great. 28 seconds on the Oracle Dual Boiler. And again, same espresso, so the aroma of it is the same. Beautiful crema in there. And our milk is almost done. There we go. This one is also going to auto purge once I throw the steam wand back down towards the drip tray. I'll give you a little warning. There we go. Give it another wipe. There we go. Nice. So we've got our second oat milk. It is pretty much, no, this is better than the first. So here is this one. Definitely closer to a micro foam. You'll notice that the wands are different as well. I think that the Jet does a great job, but there must be some update done, and maybe it's the way the wand is positioned in the pitcher that foams it better. Like this is a potential for latte art, but every time I pour a latte, there's sometimes potential, and it's usually just user error. Yeah, this is way foamier. Ta-da! Yeah, milk was way better on the Oracle Jet, especially the Dual Boiler, especially for latte art. The consistency was closer to a microfoam. The milk foam on the Jet was a little thin, right? But it was still ended up tasting good, so. Okay, cheers. So interesting. It's the same thing. It tastes so different though. It's hotter on the Oracle Jet. This is hotter. And it's been sitting for like maybe less than a minute. It's slightly hotter on the Jet. I wonder if that's because of the amount of foam. Like the foam on your milk beverage is usually, I've got milk foam all over my face. The milk foam in your lattes or cappuccinos is always a lower temperature than the actual milk. So maybe that's why this is tasting slightly lower in temperature than the Jet. But, But both of these are like super delicious. Oh my goodness, wow. Okay, so that is the Oracle Jet and the Oracle Dual Boiler. On the Oracle Dual Boiler, we have the dual boiler heating system, allowing us to brew and steam at the same time. We have auto mode or manual mode, automatic steaming wand, auto dial in, auto tamping, 58mm portafilter, and it's a little bit bigger in size. On the Jet, we've got just the automatic mode, no manual mode. We have a 58mm portafilter, manual automatic steaming wand, and auto tamping, basically the same things as the dual boiler, just minus the dual boiler. We have a thermoblock system instead, heats up super, super fast. Yeah, both of these machines offer you the ability to brew amazing espressos and really beautiful cappuccinos, lattes, anything like that, cafe quality for sure. They just are a little bit different in price point, not a little bit, quite a bit different, right? So looking at the dual boiler, you're looking at about $4,400 Canadian. It does go on promo sometimes, but it's a brand new release from Breville. You're paying for the heating system, the automation, as well as its manual mode. So while that, for somebody that wants just an automatic machine, is not a bonus feature, maybe this just isn't for you then. Wonderful machine. On the Jet, we're looking at approximately $3,000 Canadian. and it's going to be just in that automatic mode. So it's going to have the barista guidance to help you get a perfect shot of espresso, automatic steaming wand, and you're going to be pretty hands-off with this one. If you want it to be more manual, you'd have to kind of MacGyver it yourself and figure out how to do that. It wouldn't be an easy switch back and forth. Both of these machines also have a 2-year manufacturer warranty through Breville. So if you purchase this machine, your servicing is covered for the 2 years. And we of course do sell these here at ECS Coffee. So if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, you can drop them down below. Make sure you follow us on our social media channels. We're putting out new content. You can stay more up to date with us on those channels, or Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And if you liked any of the products that you saw in this video, you can shop them. We'll have them in the box down below. So the coffee, the mugs, yada, yada, all that stuff. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Cheers.